Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we got tabletop gameplay of Mega Manectric versus the updated Marnie's Grimsnarl EX. So, I've been running Mega Manectric in my local leagues. This was just a free-to-play, locals just having fun. And Mega Manectric is really good. There's really not a matchup that is bad for me besides, like, anything fighting type. So, like, Garchomp and Mega Lucario, I would say, are pretty bad matchups for me considering they hit for weakness. And if I don't get a couple amps off very quickly, then it can get pretty downhill from there. But pretty much every other matchup is winnable for me. And the game plan with this deck is obviously to go, let me get that off the screen, is obviously to go amp you very much at the beginning. Hopefully you can get 4 prize cards off that. If not, it's okay. Then you go into Mega Manectric. And then after that, you go into another Mega Manectric, making your opponent basically take 8 prize cards to win the game. Obviously, it doesn't always go like that. So our opponent starts off the Yveltal, which is the new addition from the Mega Evolution set. 1 Dark Energy, Clutch, 20 damage, and a Retreat Lock with a free retreat and 110 HP. Really good. And then I used Ultra Ball and got a Miraidon, and then Tandem Unit for an Iron Hands and the Dynamo. Peep the SIR Iron Hands. I'm so proud of that card. Yeah, so Marnie's Grimsnarl has actually been gaining a lot of hype, which is pretty interesting to see. I have Marnie's built and Mega Manectric built, except I haven't updated my my Marnie's list yet. Alright, we'll play Electric Generator, and then we will whiff it completely. Yep, we whiff the Electric Generator. Then here I was talking about how I played a match against a Gardevoir player, and I played 3 Electric Generators, should have wiped the board easily because they bricked. Got 1 energy from all those. I still did end up winning just because their brick was so bad, but yeah, it was pretty crazy. I'm so glad that Miraidon is back with the Mega Manectric, because although it's not going to be around for long, man, I love playing Miraidon. I started playing Miraidon. It was my first ever deck. Back with the Raikou. And then I Ultra Ball away Electric Generator and the Lightning Energy. I don't like to Ultra Ball away Electric Generators or discard Electric Generators ever, but those were the last 2 cards in my hand, and with that hand going into next turn, that is not a very good hand at all. So I need to Squawk and Seize, try to find some supporters and some other pieces I need to start getting some KOs. Because if you don't know, with Mega Manectric, I play the Turbo build. The deck list will have been on screen already by now, and I'm sure you'll see we play 4 Carmines so we can get that off as soon as possible. Usually we want to Squawk Ability and Carmine turn 1. You always want to go first with this deck because you get as many energies on the board, and the next turn you just start amping. Then we get another Electric Generator down, and we will hit 1 energy, which is not too bad. We'll throw that onto our Iron Hands. We also play 2 Pokemon catchers to go even quicker, because you're not always able to use a supporter or a boss's orders when you already played a supporter. So then I pass my turn over to the Grimsnarl player, and unfortunately he does have Secret Box in hand. What he will choose to discard is a Dark Energy, Lily's Determination, and the Professor's Research. Pretty much, Grimsnarl with Secret Box just kind of gets all the pieces it needs pretty quickly. We also play the Electric instead of the Magneton engine just because there's so much Psyduck in the format, or there will be soon enough. And it kind of offsets the prize trade when you're playing the Mega. If Mega Manectric was 2 prizes, then we would play the Magneton, but without the... It just offsets the prize race and gets your opponent back in the game pretty quickly, so that's why I choose to go with Electric. And with Air Balloon in the format now too, being able to attach that onto our Electric is usually what you do with the Air Balloon. Then we also have 1 Future Booster Capsule for the Iron Hands, obviously. And then a Vitality Band for the Mega Manectric, which is really good into things like Mega Lucario, anything with 340 HP. Alright, he plays the Buddy Poffin, which he did get off the Secret Box. He will attach the Dark Energy onto Yveltal. Yveltal is such a cool Pokemon. Attaches the TM Evolution as well. And then he will boss his orders and bring up my Iron Hands, trying to force me to not get my Electric Generators onto that Iron Hands. He doesn't want me amping. Unlucky for him, I got a Prime Catcher in my hand, and he TM Evos for just the 1 more Grim, unfortunately for him. Unfortunately for him, I got Mega Manectric, I got Electric in hand. His Iono did me pretty well, I'm not gonna lie. Trying to think here about my sequencing. Go ahead and cut his deck. I do have Electric in hand, so I will probably go ahead and evolve that. Then I will Prime Catcher, bring up the Morgrim, I will believe. I don't know what I was thinking on here. I evolve into Electric. Then go ahead and play the Prime Catcher, bring up the Morgrim, obviously. Just to stunt his growth. Dynamotor onto the Iron Hands. I had no way to get a 4th energy onto the Iron Hands, or else I would try to do that to amp you very much, obviously. But I think taking the knockout just to get the... just to stunt his growth is obviously more important there. Hit him for 160 with Arm Press for 3 energies. He does get the Morgrim. Play Spikemouth Gym. TM Evolution. He doesn't want to use the TM Evolution. He will Iona me. He doesn't want to use the TM Evolution, but if we have one more Gust in hand, taking out his last Morgrim pretty much seals the game right there. Not being able to go back into a Marnie's Grimsnarl like pretty quickly, he's gonna be let's just say ran through. Alright, let's see what happens next here. He will hit the Spikemouth Gym to get out another Impidimp. Then after that, see if he has anything else he can do before the TM Evolution. I'm telling y'all, bro, Mega Manectric is a menace. Free Retreat Stage 1 is crazy. Checking his discard pile there. See if he's got any more Morgrims in there. But he does not. Pretty much every Grimsnarl list plays 3/2/2 of Morgrim, Impidimp, and Grimsnarl. Alright, then he will hit the TM Evolution. And unfortunately, he does have to go into Grimsnarl here. Very unfortunate, but it is the necessary evil that must be done. Because he does know that I play a lot of Gusts. Just kind of has to be that way. And it's really not that hard to, you know, power up another Grimsnarl, which we will see soon enough. Then he will fail the Morgrim. I'll cut his deck, and it will be my go. I drew into Pokemon Catcher too, which was pretty funny. Even though I already had Boss in hand. Oh wait, no. He didn't own me yet into that hand, did he? I'm not sure. I forget. I do attach energy for turn. And then I will amp him very much onto his Yveltal to take 2 prize cards, putting me at 3 to his 6. See what he decides to promote here. He does promote his Grimsnarl. Benches Monkey Dory. He has had no damage counters to work with all game, which is pretty much what Grimsnarl needs to win games, is to have damage counters on the board so that you can manipulate it with Monkey and Frostlass. But unfortunately, we never saw any of those pieces get out. He does attach for turn and then play the Lily's Determination. Shuffle draw 6, but if you have 6 prize cards remaining, you get to draw 8 cards. Crazy card in the format. Just insanely strong. Alright. He needs a rare candy here, and he will be able to Spikemouth and then evolve into Grimsnarl. Then he can power up his active Grimsnarl and his bench Grimsnarl. He does hit the Spikemouth, implying after he gets the Grimsnarl that he does have the rare candy in hand. Then he will play the rare candy onto the bench Grimsnarl. Then he will grab 3 energies total, 2 onto his bench and then 1 onto his active. And he'll have 2 Grimsnarls powered up. Pretty strong. Go ahead and cut that deck. Try to get that energy on there. See what else he can cook up on this turn. He'll bench the Snorunt. Checking his discard pile real quick. And then he will Shadow Bullet for the 180 and put 30 onto the Miraidon. So, Grimsnarl, you're pretty much any stage 2 deck, you're just killing babies with Ampy very much until they take out your Iron Hands. Then you swing into their stage 2s with your Mega Manectric, which hits pretty perfect numbers. 200 damage plus 130 if you discard all the energy from the Pokemon. And remember, it's discard all the energy, not discard 3 energy. I made the mistake of putting even more energies onto it so I could use double Riotous Blastings, but I ended up having to discard 5 energies. And then I just boss up his Snorunt and Ampy very much because If he has damage counters to work with, things could get messy. Then we are at 1 prize card remaining. I pretty much have checkmate here. Being able to come into Manectric late game and one-shot pretty much everything is pretty gross. And he's tanky 330 HP with a free retreat. Not even to mention, if you play against something like Terror Box or Raging Bolt, his first attack, Flash Ray, is like crazy strong. 120 damage and prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by basics is nasty. He plays the Lily's Determination and he will get to draw 8 because he still hasn't taken any prize cards. And as you can see here, just the turbo-ness of Mega Manectric and Miraidon EX with the Iron Hands is just nasty. Not having enough time to set up his Grimsnarls and Frostlasses pretty much did him in. And the combination between Carmine and Squawkabilly to see like upwards of like 20 some cards in like your first turn going first, it's just gross. It's nasty. Maybe if he could retreat lock like a Squawkabilly and just hope I don't have a switch out, that could be a good something to do. That's all I could really think of. Not to mention that a single gust also wins us the game here onto like a Monkey Dory. Then he will kill our Iron Hands, putting him at 4 prizes to R1. Then we will attach for turn, ride his blasting, discard all the energies, and hitting 330 into his Grimsnarl, which only has 320 HP. He's reading the card there like, dude, that is strong. That is a strong card right there. And yeah, that's pretty much the matchup. Let me know what you guys think of Mega Manectric. I think it actually is super underrated. I think it seriously could be like a meta contender. What do you think? Let me know down below. What deck should I play against next with this deck, or what deck should I play in person? Let me know if you want to see more tabletop gameplay, and thank you for watching.